Trump campaign senior advisor J Delgado, Fox News contributor Mercedes Schlapp, and former Clinton pollster Fox News contributor Doug Schoen. AJ, I start with you. It's interesting to watch that, you know, after Donald Trump goes to Baton Rouge and after Donald Trump has a pretty successful meeting with the Mexican president, and after he has a good value voter summit, and after he also has a great town hall, looks like Hillary Clinton can't hide any longer. Donald Trump's looking pretty presidential and a lot more energetic.
Absolutely, and you know what I find remarkable about that clip is she calls him reckless and dangerous. Sean, can we take a look at her foreign policy for a minute? 4 prongs here. Iraq. Hillary was in favor of it. Donald Trump was against it. Check the Neil Cavuto interview from 2 months before the war. Syria. She wants us to establish a no-fly zone there. You know what the problem with that is, Sean? The Russians are already flying there, so that means military conflict, potential war with Russia. Libya, she involved us in that, taking down Gaddafi. Donald Trump at the time was critical of it. Check his social media tweets. Russia, while Trump is trying to be, and very much so, presidential, diplomatic, in extending the hand of not necessarily friendship, but engagement with a dialogue with Russia, just like Ronald Reagan did. These should be our allies in fighting ISIS. She wants us to have conflict with Russia.
Doug,
4 reckless and dangerous positions on foreign policy.
I thought she got killed. I mean, you know, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. I sent you to Iraq. Oops. We got to learn from it. 5,000 dead Americans. We got to learn from it. And nobody died in Libya. We got to learn from that, too. All right, let's look at some of the poll numbers. Trump has had a good month now. Hillary under at one ethical cloud after another, and it continues. Here's some interesting polling number, Doug Schoen. Sure. If you look among Hispanics, African Americans, just look at Trump's number. 19%, the black community. He's doing outreach in Detroit. I thought his speech one of the best he ever gave. The Hispanic number is very strong. Yeah. If he gets up to the 90% number, 92% with Republicans, and he holds these numbers, he's the next president.
That is true. The reason Hillary went out today, and I thought she did a good job today, she made it clear she disagrees with Trump about Putin, but the reason she's out is because she is sinking in the polls. I put that in my Wall Street Journal article. It's a fact. She has to get out. She can't hide. She started today. A good first step. But, Sean, this is a very close election.
All right, 2 press conferences in a week. I mentioned the one earlier this week. Now I mentioned the one today. She's not exactly getting hard-hitting questions. Mercedes, we can look at Quinnipiac. All right, so it's 47-47 in Florida. No big surprise. In one poll, in the Quinnipiac poll, she's up 47-43, but he's up 3 in another poll, so it's dead even in North Carolina. 46-45 Trump in Ohio. Look, it's a 5-point race in Pennsylvania, 5-point race in Michigan, 3-point race in Wisconsin. Hillary's got a lot of defending to do here, and more options seem to be opening up for Trump in terms of the electoral map if this continues, Mercedes.
Well, you know, again, Trump has been viewed as the underdog, right, Sean? So then what has Hillary done? Hillary has spent her time on just a one-focus strategy, which is that saying Trump is dangerous. That's not enough, because what's happening is Trump is being very proactive. I mean, just this week, they outlined 2 separate messages. At the beginning of the week, it was national security, America first, with peace through strength, where you would have limited military engagement, as well as a strong military. That's a very strong message. And then at the end of the week, what was he talking about? School choice. Yeah. Something that is a kitchen table issue. It draws in not only African Americans that would be interested in this issue, Hispanics, but also women, which we saw in the last CNN poll that with married women, he's actually doing better than Hillary Clinton. He's at 54%, making inroads.
She's got one ethical issue after another. Clinton Foundation selling access, selling her soul. And she's got this whole issue, email. It does not go away. Email might be the very reason she loses. But there's another reason. She's not extremely principled. Listen to Hillary flip-flopping on issues like immigration. And then I'll play her flip-flopping the Sunday after 9/11. It's the 15th anniversary of this Sunday. The Sunday after 9/11, she was for racial profiling. So let's show Hillary Clinton and all of her flipping, flopping, flailing. She's like John Kerry voting for the $87 billion and then voting against it. Watch this.
I do not think that it is either appropriate to give a driver's license to someone who is here undocumented.
In 2007, you opposed giving driver's license to undocumented people. Why?
Well, back then, it was a state-by-state determination, and I'm happy that most states have understood and moved in the right direction.
Are you going to crack down on the sanctuary?
No, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. I'm not, because The reason why a lot of those folks do it in New York, why do police officers turn a blind eye?
Because they want them to report crimes.
They want them to report crimes. The city made a mistake not to deport someone that the federal government strongly felt should be deported. So I have absolutely no support for a city that ignores the strong evidence that should be acted on.
I voted numerous times when I was a senator to spend money to build a barrier to try to prevent illegal immigrants from coming in.
But you want a wall then?
No, we've already...
You said that.
Well, I voted for border security, and some of it was a fence. I don't think we ever called it a wall.
Would illegal immigrants be covered under your plan?
Illegal immigrants
Yes.
would not be covered. No, they would not be covered. I want to open up the opportunity for immigrants to be able to buy into the exchanges under the Affordable Care Act.
Everyone recognizes we have to tighten security. We have to do whatever it takes to keep our people safe.
Are you including profiling, Senator?
Well, I think we have to do whatever it takes, Sam, and I believe that, you know, Tuesday changed everything. Tuesday was a day that America has never, ever had to experience, and I hope to heaven that we never have to again. But we are in a war situation, and we're going to have to do things that people do in times of war.
She was wrong. She admitted. Now, let's go through this. She admitted this week her vote to send kids to Iraq was wrong. Well, they died because of her decision. Now, she was for profiling, Doug. She was for driver's licenses before she was against driver's licenses, for sanctuary cities against sanctuary cities, for the wall against the wall, coverage for health care for illegals against coverage for health care. Right. Then she said, I won't use the word illegal immigrants, even though she's used the word illegal immigrants. Does she have any core at all, or is it just all political expediency for her?
I think what we're seeing here
is there a core?
She is playing politics now because she's got
three states. So she doesn't have a core.
3 states that matter. That's what matters to her. That's her core. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. She is going to run a tough negative campaign on Trump because what you're
Trump's
saying
a racist,
is,
sexist. He's against.
I don't think he's a racist.
No,
and
she's going to say it.
And I
She'll
think
say it. Her campaign already is.
A clear worldview that is malleable.
Oh, so basically she has no core,
Malleable.
AJ. She has no core.
Malleable,
She stands for nothing.
Malleable.
Good Lord. How is that even the same person? You watched that clip. But by the way, she's lying. I heard her say there, wall. I talked about a fence. I never mentioned the wall. That's a lie. Look it up. 2006 New York Daily News interview. She literally said the word wall, that a wall in some places would be appropriate. She's not only a flip-flopper, she lies about the flip-flopping. This is insane. How is she even qualified to run? This shouldn't be allowed.
Mercedes, we got to get the last word here.
There's
because
a
we're running out
phrase
of
in
time.
Spanish that AJ will understand. Basta ya. Enough already with Hillary Clinton, okay? For Hillary Clinton, it's all about political convenience. The same way it was convenient for her to use 15,000 Blackberries and iPads that were destroyed by a hammer. I mean, let's get real, people. And I think the American voters need to wake up to this.
Don't forget BleachBit. That's very important.
She didn't wipe $2 billion
right.
from the Clintons to make this all go away.
Oh, okay, like, do you mean like, Ed, do you mean like with a cloth? No, they use BleachBit so that God couldn't read it and Jesus couldn't read it. All right, good to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.